My name is Trey Celeya. I am the IT infrastructure administrator for WP Engine. I actually went to school originally for graphic design, but that segued into web design, which brought me to WP Engine as an entry-level support technician. From there, I worked my way up into the IT department, where here I am 5.5 years later, and I look after all of our IT infrastructure. As the IT infrastructure administrator at WP Engine, I look after our global computer networks. So all of our Wi-Fi, all of our networking, all of that for all of our locations around the world. I also look after our audio-visual systems. So in 2020, video conferencing is a big deal. We have video conferencing in all of our conference rooms, and it falls on me to make sure that it works. On a day-to-day basis, I'm doing everything from helping users use that video conferencing hardware to helping people get into our VPN, and everything as small as helping people find batteries. Started at $14 an hour. That was entry-level support. What that involved was helping our customers over the phone and in chats and through tickets troubleshoot, diagnose, educate on the challenges that they face running their businesses. Now, in my current position as IT infrastructure administrator and on the IT team in general, it's not uncommon to see people earn anywhere from $50 all the way up to $90,000. It's really a matter of experience and drive and demonstrating value to the company. The foundation of my education and experience was I was always the guy that fixed the computers at school back in high school. I've always been kind of a techie, but it's never too early to start. I would say anyone looking to get into IT or even support for a technical company, best thing they can do is learn the basics of Linux and computer networking. It's easier now or never to do that with things like a Raspberry Pi. So for under $50, you can get your hands on a little computer and get cracking. There's a lot of resources online, and it's never been easier to get started. Every business is going to be a little different. There are probably a dozen different network certificates or certifications you can get. The major ones that apply to here at WP Engine are Meraki CMNO, so that's Meraki Certified Meraki Network Operator, as well as the Jamf 100. Jamf is a software suite for managing MacBooks. Anyone with both of those skills would be very valuable to us. Both of those are relatively easy to come by. The Jamf 100 test is $100, but the training material is free. And I believe CMNO is free to learn and acquire through Cisco Meraki. Most of what we do revolves around helping our users with issues that can sometimes be a deal breaker or a mission critical failure on their part in terms of their tools. So having those soft skills, being able to empathize with those users and their issues and get on the same emotional level as them in terms of helping them recover is just as important as any technical skills that you might have. Are oftentimes one and the same. Helping people that are in need resolve technical issues is extremely rewarding. Organizations like our sales organization, for instance, they're typically under a lot of stress and a lot of pressure towards the end of the month. So anytime we can help them overcome an obstacle, it's incredibly rewarding. At the same time, sometimes overcoming that obstacle is equally challenging. There have been times when our CEO might have a video call with one of our top customers and the hardware isn't working right. You'll literally be in there fixing the hardware while the CEO is looking at their watch, tapping their foot on the floor, waiting for you to fix the thing. Once you do fix the thing, they're ecstatic. But while it's happening, it can be a challenge on many levels. I would say if they have access to a computer, Start reading up on Linux. Start looking for introductory courses online. There are a number of free options out there to help you get started. As with anything, getting started is the hardest part. The more you know, the easier it is to learn more. And before you know it, you're going to have your friends coming to you asking for advice. And that once that happens, you're valuable to someone, and you shouldn't have trouble. You shouldn't have too much trouble finding a job in that field. I would say a Raspberry Pi is a great piece of hardware to get for learning Linux. It's very affordable. They're less than $50. And they come with everything you need to really get started and get an understanding of not just the software side, but also the hardware side. It's going to be dependent on where you go to work. So NIT, if you go to work for a very small or a very large corporation, you'll probably have a bit of job security, but a lot of the path for advancement revolves around growth in the company. So if you're at a mid-sized company, 200 to 300 people, and that company's growing like a weed, they're hiring a lot of people in other departments, then the IT needs of that business are also going to grow, and it's going to present a lot of opportunity for you to kind of expand and grow into other roles within the IT org. Yes, so I think most jobs in the tech industry would help pull a family out of poverty. There's a tremendous amount of opportunity in the city in the tech sector, and it's not just limited to people with computer science degrees. Anyone looking for even an entry-level position at one of these tech companies in either support or sales, they recognize people that are hungry, people that are eager to learn, and there is almost always opportunities for advancement within these companies. Education is exploding in Austin right now. All of those big buildings that are going up, one of them is Google, Apple's building a huge campus, Facebook's expanding their footprint. This is quickly turning into, I think I've heard it called the Silicon Prairie. Like we are just, there are so many tech jobs in this city. And while it is bringing in a lot of people from the outside, there is tremendous potential for someone in this city to get started today in the tech industry. Most of these tech companies, they recognize that if they train their employees and if they provide training assistance for their employees, it makes their employees better. It's a win-win situation for companies to educate their employees, and most of them realize that.